Nós estamos aqui começando uma entrevista para a TV Jornal da Cidade Online, diretamente de Brasília. Eu sou Rafael Fontana. Estamos entrevistando aqui o CEO e criador da nova rede social Gettr, Jason Miller, em sua primeira vez para o Brasil. Eu vou entrevistar, fazer as questões aqui. Acompanhem com a gente. Jason, welcome to Brazil. Is that your first time here?
It's my first time in Brazil. In fact, Brazil is the first country outside of the United States that we're visiting since we launched the platform.
What do you think about this situation now in Brazil? Is the second largest market of Gettr. Did you expect this?
I think it's a combination of two things. One, the fact that the people of Brazil love free speech and love that self-expression and to be able to have this new platform. And I think also right now we're seeing in the politics, people are very concerned what they're seeing from, say, the Supreme Court or other infringements from big tech on their free speech rights.
You just mentioned the Supreme Court, so you are aware about what's happening in Brazil right now?
So I'm aware, I monitor it. Of course, I'm not from Brazil, so it's not my place to weigh in on Brazil politics or Brazil policy matters, but I do know that people want free speech and they want the ability to communicate, and that's what we're trying to do with our new platform.
You have it. Is there any similarity right now between the US and Brazil in this concerning freedom of speech?
Absolutely. I'd say the little bit of the difference is that in the U.S., there's more anger towards the big tech companies. There's more anger towards Twitter, more anger towards Facebook, more anger towards, say, YouTube for deplatforming conservatives, but then also selling their data.
Okay. I have a question here from our editor. That's the Western world is now a hostage of the big techs. And that's the point of view of the world is now belongs to the owners of the big techs. Do you agree with that?
So as far as the world being held hostage by the owners of big tech, specific to that question, I think that's accurate. And I think that big tech really drives what the media does. I think big tech drives what many politicians do. And the fact that they have all of this control over what stories we read, what we're allowed to share, what we're not allowed to share, I think that's too much power in the hands of few people.
The second question is that Donald Trump has been banned from the social media. How do you see this kind of situation that never happened with a left-wing politician? So do you think now that Gettr can fill this gap?
Well, I hope so. I hope that President Trump comes and joins the platform. Obviously, I used to work for President Trump. I talk with him pretty regularly. I'm trying to get him on board. He's making me work for it very hard. He did write the book, The Art of the Deal. But I do hope that we will get President Trump onto our platform.
Okay, that's great. Here in Brazil, a lot of conservative channels has been defunded. Now, like the TV, now our channel, Jornal da Cidade Online, we cannot receive money from our followers. Is that happening in the US as well? And what do you think about the situation in Brazil?
Well, I think when I see, I'm not as familiar with that example in Brazil, but in the US, we have the issue of many conservatives being kicked off of, say, Facebook or YouTube, and many people rely on the funds that come from, say, YouTube to be able to support themselves or to support their work. And the fact that we now have, whether it's government or big tech, picking winners and losers with free speech, I think is wrong.
Okay, thank you very much. But another question. The Brazilian president is already on Gettr. You know that? The Brazilian president, Jair Bolsonaro, he has a profile on the Gettr. As well as some right-wing politicians, they are on Gettr. Did you expect that so soon?
Not so soon, but we're very enthused. We're also very enthused that Eduardo Bolsonaro and Flavio Bolsonaro are on Gettr and very active. They usually post every single day, which is fantastic. And there's a lot of energy. But to be clear, it doesn't matter on your politics if you're from the left or the right or anywhere. So if Lula wants to have a Gettr account, he can have a Gettr account. And anyone can have one if you support free speech and oppose cancel culture. We'd like you to create an account.
So Gettr is about free speech?
Gettr's about free speech.
For sure.
Thank you. Good. And for good.
Thank you very much, Jason. Enjoy your stay in Brazil.
Thank you. I appreciate it.